And this is part two. Now, I told you I used to be a bad guy. And I was known to the FBI. They monitored me, but they left me alone. And I've told you that in my videos. I've told you they watch me, they photograph me, they video me, they do all this other stuff, but they never busted me, they left me alone. They just wanted to know what I was doing. Okay. Now, before my retirement party, when I retired, I was asked to train somebody. This fella that I was going to train, he didn't need no training. He excelled far beyond what I ever could or did. This guy was much more qualified than I was. He was much more skilled than I was. He was much more intelligent than I was. There was nothing I did better than him. He was... Anyway, the only thing I could train this guy on was technical details. Technical details, that's it. And with this guy's intelligence, he picked this stuff up intuitively. He learned it immediately. So we spent maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that's it, dude. I instructed him on technical details. That's it. I didn't know his name. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. That's just the way it is. You do. Hey, one more thing. It's not, hey, John, hey, Steve. It's just one more thing I wanted to say was this, that, and the other thing. No names. You don't need names. Names are bullshit to make somebody feel better. Anyway. When I instructed this guy, did I instruct him in the way you do things? Did I instruct him in the way your friend does things? I instructed him in the way I see things, the way I do things. I gave him my view of the world, my view of the situations. This constitutes my signature. The way I do things was my signature. Now, then I went through all this bullshit. After it was all over, after everything was clear, after it was long forgotten about, I contacted somebody that was involved, and I said, what the hell was all that about? And he said, they came to me asking how you can be in 2 places at one time. He said, and I've told him, you were here in Los Angeles the whole time. And they refused to believe it. All their data said it was me. They refused to examine any possibility that there was somebody else. See, what this means is that nobody ever knew about this trainee. Nobody ever knew about this trainee. And they refused to believe that somebody with my signature could be anybody but me. But, and this is what constituted the long MJTF investigation. More agencies kept getting involved and wanting to know what's going on. How can I be in two places at once, and this, that, and the other thing. And this guy is just all over the map. Evidently, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm retired. I'm done. I quit. But this guy is carrying on using my signature. And these guys cannot get it that there's somebody else. They refuse to believe it, and that's the issue. They thought the biggest possibility, the stretching the possibility to the ends, is that I am coaching somebody. They wanted to find out, how am I coaching this guy? They could not figure that out, and that is when I went through the get locked up, get put in such a small prison that they can monitor every communication I have, even with other prisoners. See, a normal prison wouldn't have worked because they, talk to this guy, get a letter out to his wife, and his wife can send the mail here or call so-and-so, that kind of stuff. They didn't want me having any contact with anybody. They wanted to limit the contact down to zero. And that's why that specific prison, that tiny, tiny prison, where if there was any kind of a leak, they could track it in just 50 people rather than 5,000 people. That kind of stuff. So this was what I was told was the reason for all of this stuff. And when they finally found out that I was not coaching anybody, that whoever this was had my signature, but it was not me, it was not me coaching them, that's when they released me. And, but they have kept me under surveillance since then. Periodic surveillance since then, making sure I don't go back into business, or maybe every time this guy does some business, they come looking to make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be, that kind of stuff. And that would also explain when I moved from far away to here, and I got this guy in my face saying, did you really think we'd let you get away? Maybe that ties in with there. Maybe this is one of my watchers who is keeping an eye on me, making sure I'm not going back into business, making sure I'm not coaching anybody, training anybody, that kind of stuff. Anyway, this is what gangstalkers stepped in the middle of. Whoever put me on this list of being a gang stalk victim didn't know what they were doing. They walked into the middle of something and screwed everything up. Now, with this guy in this gray pickup truck, you can bet if he's a cop, if he's FBI, whoever it is, he's being called on the carpet. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. He's obviously a shot caller. He is the one being called on the carpet. If he is undercover, guarantee he's not undercover no more. Unless he goes to a different jurisdiction. You can see what's going on, but also on top of that, the original people watching me are maybe through a different department are going to go to his employers and let the hammer down or whatever. I don't know. But I can see where this guy is either going to get transferred to a different jurisdiction. He's going to get fired. He's going to get whatever, because if he's undercover, he's burned. He's burned. If anybody else in this area that's a bad guy that he's trying to scam or anything like that, he's burned if they happen to see my video. His life's in danger. Anybody with him, their life's in danger. They can't do that. So this guy really blew it by getting himself on video on the internet with his license plate and everything else. Now, any intelligence agent that sees that video gonna have no problem blowing it up, looking at the license plate, looking at his face, running the plate in their little computer, find out who he is. Oh, this is a detective with such and such police department. Not no more. You know they need to bring a different tech from a different jurisdiction unless this guy's commercial. And if I had a car, I'd be running around to all the different commercial TCSM places trying to find out, is this where he works? Is that where he works? I'd be looking for that white van. That white van, it's telltale. You saw the front, how it was obscured with the oil or whatever it was, the tar or whatever it was. That kind of stuff. I could go through a lot here. Anyway, I want you to know the trouble that this causes for them. They're going to have to bring in whole new teams. They're going to be monitored now. They're going to be monitored by any agency that's interested. Any agency that's interested is going to run that guy's plate. Any agency that's interested is going to blow the photos up and look at his face. Think about it. This guy fucked up royally. He fucked up royally by not having his intelligence in order, knowing I was home. I wasn't at work. He didn't do his homework. He didn't do his homework. He fucked up. You can thumbs down this all you want to. I'll just let logic take it from there. Fucking trolls, idiots. Kiss my ass. You're part of the people I'm going after. Anyway, hope that helps. I'll talk to you later. Bye. And this ain't over yet.